Good evening. Inga Eglite, House of Om, 300 hours yoga teacher training, anatomy session presentation. Today I decided to talk about the hamstrings, the muscle group which runs on the back side of the leg, of which muscles it consists, what they are doing, and how to move them, how not to get the injuries, how to stretch them, and how to use them correctly. For this I invite my friend Zelina, and she will help me. Okay, please turn around. Okay. So here are the hips. Here is the hip bone, sitting bone. This is the round bone with the hole in it. Okay, here starts the femoris bone and runs down until here around, and then there is fibia, and here is a little bone, fibula. And the hamstrings, there are three hamstrings. The most lateral hamstring is biceps femoris, and this the long head starts from the issue tuberosity and insert to head of the fibula, and the short head of this biceps femoris starts on the linea aspera on the femur bone, and also inserts in this head of the fibula bone. So the most central bone is the semimembranosus. It's also originate from issue tuberosities, from the sitting bone, and runs down here across and inserts to the head of fibula. And then there is a last muscle. This also originates from the issue tuberosity and runs down here, semi-tendinous muscle, and also inserts on the head of this bone. So these three muscles, please Zelina, turn back here. So what are doing these muscles? So in the daily life, these muscles flexes the knee. So please, piega ginocchio, flex the knee. So this side becomes shorter. So flex the knee, flex the knee. So, and in normal life, we use this motion to come up the stairs. Лестница. Okay. Or then there is another thing what this muscle do. So this muscle extend the hip. Please. Okay, open the leg, lift up the leg. So the extends the hip with the help of the gluteal muscle. Okay, come back. Okay, stay here. So these are the main, please turn back. These are the main movements what these muscles done. So the antagonist muscle of the hamstrings, these are quadriceps. So these are four muscles in front of the leg, and the synergist muscles are here the iliopsoas, here is the gracilis, and here is the sartorius muscle which run around this thigh. So a lot of muscles. Also another muscle is the backside of the leg, so gastrocnemius muscle. Okay, why we are talking about these muscles which are so important? These are the muscles where we get most injuries. Please again turn around here. So when here's the muscle, and this is the central part of the muscle. The central part, like a pulp, it's quite intelligent, because when we move it stretches also. But where the muscle touches the bone, so before muscle became a tendinous, and then the tendinous became a bone, and this short part of this muscle tendinous is not so very flexible, and this is the place where we got more injuries. Why we got more injuries? Because it's not so flexible, and maybe the person can be also very flexible and mobile, but maybe is not very intelligent in use some movements. Also, it's possible when we are doing yoga and don't do a warm-up because we are lazy, and this is very easy to get injured here. And once we got already injured, there's a less blood supply, and to heal from this injury takes very long time, and it's hard really. What we have to do, we don't have just to wait and do nothing. We have to move, but we have to move correctly. Okay, what is the correct movement? Because we have to stretch the hamstrings. So how we flexing the hamstrings? With the forward folds. So we ask Zelina to fold forward. Come a little bit back. Okay, here's your blocks, maybe you will need them. And just fold forward. So here the muscles already stretches. Okay, and here we can get the injury. What we have to do? Okay, Zelina now in this position is very relaxed. Release the stomach. Okay, okay. Zelina has now relaxed her stomach. Расслабь живот, совсем. Okay, and it brings also the body down and the hip up. Okay, the hip up, because here is the bone. Now, when Zelina turns in, draws in the stomach, давай внутри и посмотри вперед. Okay, it flattens the spine and gives support to the spine. So this little short tendinous, it doesn't become so much stretch, because if we realize the stomach, so it's really relieve the stomach out. So we lift up the sitting bones where the tendons are attached. Okay, also the forward bend with the legs together, legs together, is quite limited. Without blocks, try without blocks. Попробуй без. It's quite limited. Here stretches a lot. Okay, but once we open the leg wide, like in Prasarita Padottanasana, еще больше пойди вниз, нет, ты сама иди вниз, да, где ты можешь, we can in this posture go much more forward, because all these stretches becomes more lateral, so we're much lower. Also here it's important we draw the stomach in and goes the sitting bone down. Хвост вниз. Okay, хвост вниз. Okay, we flatten beautifully the spine. Okay, come up. Возвращайся. Okay. Thank you, Zelina. Another thing in this case, that's the same about when we do the Prasarita Padottanasana. When we are going down, often we want to go down beautifully. We open the chest, draw the tailbone up and going down. So this is not correct, because here we stretch this tendon really much. So what we have to do is to draw the tailbone down, stomach in, open the chest, flatten the spine, and then we are going down, and lower also the head. The same thing, often when the students, when they are coming up, they're doing this, lifting up the head, and then coming up. This is also the moment when we can get more injury, because that's the same as we went down. So we stretch a lot here. So the correct way to come up is this. Stomach in, tailbone down, open the chest, keep the neck flat, come out, engage the stomach, engage. We don't coming up with the head, we are coming up with the stomach. Here is engaged. We don't coming up with the hamstrings, we don't coming up with the head, we are coming up with the stomach. We're coming up here. And we come together. Last thing, Paschimottanasana. This is also the forward bend by sitting. So we sit here, stay, toes up. Also here, we don't go down with the tailbone up and the head lifted, because it's beautiful maybe. No, we don't do this. So what we are doing, so tuck the tailbone in, stomach in, open the chest, and round a little bit the spine, and then we are going down. So we are protecting really this little part of the hamstrings. We are going down here. And the same thing, we are coming up, not with the head, not. We are coming up with the stomach. Okay, that's more or less all. So it's very, very important that we continue to move, but in the right way. So thank you, Zelina, for being here. Namaste.
Namaste.